Kennedy Catholic High School put out a statement saying the two teachers voluntarily resigned last week. But a lot of people in this community want to know why. In fact, supporters of the teachers, they're planning to stage a protest outside the Archdiocese of Seattle for Tuesday. We've also heard about a walkout happening on Tuesday here at Kennedy Catholic High School. And the reason for this is because a statement was posted by the fiance of one of those two teachers who says there's more to this story. Take a look at this photo. Paul Danforth is the man on the right. He's one of the teachers. He's pictured alongside his fiancee, Sean Nyberg, who's there on the left. Now, Nyberg said in his statement that the reason his fiancee is no longer employed is because news of their engagement reached school officials. He also tells us the second teacher, Michelle Beatty, also resigned because she is engaged to her same-sex partner. Now, all of this news reached King County Council member Dave Upthegrove, who represents Burien. He's now speaking out. He believes the high school forced the resignation of the two teachers solely because they're gay.
What the school did is unfair discrimination. It's hurtful to those teachers. It's mean-spirited, and it's wrong. And I'm particularly concerned about the message it sends to the kids at that high school, particularly the gay and lesbian students.
And while the council member is speaking out, we do want to note that religious institutions like Kennedy Catholic High School, they are exempt from laws that prevent workplace discrimination for things such as sexual orientation. We did receive a statement from the school that said, again, they voluntarily resigned and that they are highly capable, gifted, and qualified teachers who have served our community with dedication and humility. We reached out further to the school to ask why they did this voluntary resignation. They sent us over to the Archdiocese of Seattle, who didn't further comment. They didn't tell us why either. So a lot of questions in this area that people now are hoping to get answered. Again, that protest for supporters is planned for Tuesday, as well as a possible walkout. For now in Burien, Callie Greenberg, King 5 News.